Hey, there we go. Hello. End of Act 4. That's where we're at. Get the intermission, Act 5, and the epilogue. That's all we got left. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry for getting started a little bit later than I intended. Sometimes, stuff just happens. Woke up a little bit late, had to eat, get stuff ready. There was a bug. So that throws off the entire schedule. But, you do what you do. Oh, man. My bones. My poor aching bones. Anyways, how's everybody doing tonight? I already said I'm a little bit sleepy. But I want to get through this. I want to beat this. And beat it we shall. Let's see how that compares to my voice. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's loud as hell. Gonna lower that a little bit. Let me know if the audio is too loud. I will be here and I will be vibing. Let's clear all that save data and get rid of everything. Un pueblo de nada. Man, I keep on kind of having to turn down the volume in my headset. It's just too much. All right. Un pueblo de nada. The house of nothing. A house of nothing, not the house of nothing. The house of nothing would be El pueblo de nada. I know some high school Spanish. Nandeska. Oh. Oh, hi. You must be, Oh, sorry, I'm Maya. Right, the traveling artist. Welcome. I'm Emily. I, work here. Great. Rita says you're the producer? Got the barkeep over here. Oh, did she? I guess so. Do a little bit of everything. Yeah, I know the feeling. You weren't around earlier at the lunch thing? No, I don't live in town. I just come in to work on the station. Really? It's quite a hike, isn't it? I know some shortcuts. Oh, okay. I should make sure she's comfortable. So, do you... No, I'm fine, thanks. I'll just find somewhere to perch until you folks are ready. I got a lot to digest. Mentally, I mean. Well, and it was a big lunch. But I spent most of the afternoon examining the mounds. Oh, the burial mounds? Yeah, that's why I came down here, to see them up close and make some sketches. They're amazing, right? They make me uncomfortable, to be honest. It seems kind of weird to build a town in a graveyard. Sure, every town has a graveyard, but usually the town comes first. Okay, I'll check if Rita's ready. You can just hang out back here somewhere. We'll let you know when it's time to come on set. Great, thanks for having me. You too. I mean, you know what I mean. Why am I so awkward? Just used to seeing the same 12 people day in and day out, I guess. Oh, this is cool. It's not time to start the show, thank you. Just the usual leaks. That is a great image of just the eye and the hand and the eye grabbing. James left a patch wired up on the image processor. Nice. At least the floors stay dry. My left boot has a hole. Slow Mo Crow, keeping an eye on the control board. Keep up the good work, Mo. Yeah! Yeah! Scritches for the crow. Great work, Mo. Love you, Mo. The video data bank. It used to be on the other side of the room, and this couch was in the corner, and the couch was in this corner. Alright, Cyrano's here to help with the weather report. That name came up before, didn't it? That should be cool. It is a big stormy night. Looks like I just made it before the sky broke open. If it gets any worse, we might be stuck in town tonight. Ben and Bob working on a project. Ben's a bear, and Bob's a turtle. We found that radio in the woods a week or two ago. Hope the neighbors are okay. Miss you, Cross-Eye. Alright, nothing else? Time to start the show? Oh, Elmo gets a lot more into it when he has some noise to vibe on. Click on them multiple times, you get multiple things. Moved here when the ceiling is least leaky. It's further from windows too, so sunlight doesn't bleach the labels. So much of archiving is just playing hide and seek with the weather. Keep up the good work, Mo. I cleaned the circuits with rubbing alcohol and left in the sun. Seems like they're working. Seems like it's working okay again. So why are they taking it apart? Alright, time to start the show. Okay, ready when you are. How does it look outside? Gross. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. Saturn is in retrograde. What does that even mean? Yep. Think it'll let up? I guess we'll see what Elmo says. I poured tomatoes. Okay, in 3, 2. Hi, it's Rita. This is your evening broadcast, 8192. Wow, it's really raining out there. Damn, I can hear it from here. We have a few leaks. Put some pots and bowls underneath them. Thanks, Ron, for lending us your extra pots and bowls. I hope you had a good day despite the weather, although it was really nice earlier, right? I had a good day today. I met a new friend. She's going to join us in about a minute or so. If you saw her earlier around lunch, or if you didn't meet her, then you'll meet her in a minute. Or if you met her already but you still want to hang out, I'm sure there's plenty that we can talk about. Wow, so this is 8192. Is that right, Emily? Yep. That's a lot of broadcasts. I came in around the 5s, so I've only been around for half of them. Back then in the 5s, let's see, I did Night Noise, and we had the Swap Show and the Bird Show. People were just coming and dropping off tapes all the time, and now, well, now it's just the evening broadcast. But it's not like, I'm not saying we're in decline or anything like that. I love the evening broadcast. I think it was the first show we had on here. It was the first show not produced by the power company. It's the first community show, yeah. There's empty humming shots of trees and glowing-eyed animals. Before that, it was just security footage from the woods. Yeah, so it's the spine of the station. Maybe it's the heart? Or is it the skin? What part of the WEVP body do you think this is? Why don't you come on by and tell us about it? We're going to be here for another 30 minutes or so. Or if you don't want to brave the storm, you can always give us a call. Same number as always, 270-216-5556. Okay, so we're going to start with the tape. This is an old one. It's one of mine, but maybe you haven't seen it. I wonder if we could use that number in the previous interlude where you were calling into the Tourism Bureau of Secret Tourism. It's an old one, but maybe it's been a while, so maybe you've forgotten. Shit. What? She asked me to queue up her tape. Un Pueblo de Nada. Where is it? I don't know. Probably still shelved. I'll find it. Thank you. Why are you doing spirit box shit over there? Grab, 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 grab. Grab, 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 grab. Oh, whoa, what's this? Impossible to say. Not much tape in there, though. Old bumpers? I guess it's hard to remember sometimes you order things and some of these tapes are made at the same time or starting on one video and start another video in the middle. Time is out of joint. It's like sweeping a beach. Oh, wait a minute. I've borrowed it for a screening. Here, Aunt Connie reframe, Bearway Studies, Desmond Airfield. Un pueblo de nada. Aha! What would you all do without me? Thanks, babe. Mo the Crow is the best character in the entire goddamn game. Dolores. Up. Hey, up. Bop, beep, beep. It's the people that lived here a long time ago, before the company town, before the airstrip, like over 100 years ago. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it. Ready, Emily?
El pueblo de Nada llegó a caballo en octubre y su primer experimento fue liberar a los caballos.
This is cool. Have you seen it before?
Llegaron de Florida. Antes de eso,
Yeah, it's something else. You don't sound convinced. It's not a bad way to learn about history, though. She did a lot of research for this tape. The people of nothing. Still have those worn out notebooks they left. I guess that guy from the university took the rest. What did he say he was working on? Oh, right, the Archive of Utopian Thought. It is history, right? Or is it just a story? It's a good tape. Good to have a portrait of people who used to live here, and it does a good job of communicating who they are, what they did, what they were like, I think. People should know. A community shouldn't just disappear, even when it disappears. Or is there even a difference? I don't know. And the tape is just here on a shelf. Every once in a while we dust it off and it shuffles around the airwaves again like an old dog. Sorry, did I say something wrong? Oh, no. I'm sorry, I just have some weird shit going on in my head tonight. You know what I mean? Sure, it's okay. Sorry you spaced out. Don't worry about it. You should... Oh, should I go sit? Yeah, it's almost over. You're making progress. Wish I knew enough Spanish to understand what they were saying there. So, where are you staying tonight? Here in town. Oh, good. Yeah. Even before the storm came in, I thought it'd be nice to get some rest before the long hike back to the highway. Ron offered his loft? What? He said I could sleep in his loft. Oh, honey, he's talking about his barn. Ron, nobody wants to sleep in your barn. It's not haunted. But it is haunted. Bob got some pretty clear voices up there on his tape recorder. He wanted to have a seance, but couldn't round up enough brave souls to go all the way around the table. You have to stay at my place. You'll stay at my place. Oh, thanks. Oh, Ron. Do you need anything? Actually, do you have an extra toothbrush? It'd be nice to sleep under the stars. I think I do, actually. Yeah. Oh my god, I've been in the woods, you know. Right. I actually used a twig this morning. I kind of chewed up one end. No stars tonight, though. I've done that. Really? I'm disappointed. I thought I invented it. Even better, you can chew on some pine needles. It really freshens your breath. I mean, it's not perfect. Wow, that's roughing it. Just close your eyes and pretend, I guess. Right, exactly. And even then, it's just not the same as real toothpaste. What the hell are they talking about? Oh, okay. Hi, so I hope you enjoyed that video. Like I said, that was from, like, several years old. I can't remember exactly. I enjoyed it very much. Oh, thank you, Maya. What's next? I brought in a tape. Oh, okay, you good? All queued up. I'm gonna check on the boys. Sherry just repainted the sign. Hope it's not getting any wet. What the hell are they doing? What the hell are they saying? What the hell is... Why is that the tape Ron pulled up? That's cool though, the resistor diagrams. I did some circuitry classes in college. Regulate, amplification, operational app. It's very interesting. You can tell that this is a different handwriting than this. Operational amp, BC. Volt control. What the hell are y'all doing? So then it won't mute while it scans between stations. Okay, because that's where they live, right? No, you just want that constant static noise. Right, the noise. That's where they live. They don't live anywhere, dude. They're ghosts. Okay, why does it matter where you tune the radio? It's like soil in your garden. You need rich soil, right? Mashed up, rotted leaves and stuff like compost. Oh, hey, Em. How's the show? What the hell are they doing? Ben has something stuck in his beard. Oh, you know, it's a piece of food? Maybe it's a leaf? Pretty good progress on the ghost box. Maybe he did it on purpose, like a beard leaf garland. This is just watching Amphibia. Scans constantly. I hope nobody tells him. Play it back later. Hey, you've got something in your beard. No. Did you hear that? That was definitely a voice from beyond the grave. Sounded like, I clearly heard Dogwood in there. Uh-oh. Kinda sounded more like Frogwood to me. What the hell is Frogwood? Man, I don't tell what the ghost what to say. You hear that, Emily? Must have been Dogwood. Guess it doesn't matter. The ghost voices don't really come out until you play back the recording later. They only exist in recordings, like a copy without an original, a mirror reflecting something that isn't in the room. Eerie. Like the mounds. Burial mounds here in town. You think they're haunted? No, they're sure probably, but I mean they're like the reflection. The people who made them lived hundreds of years ago. That whole society is long gone, and now we just have these lingering echoes without any trace of context. That is kind of eerie. I agree. You guys speak and we can't hear it. The tape recorder can hear it, is that right? I don't know. Sometimes I think it's more like the recording itself is a ghost. Like that's what ghosts are, recordings of events that didn't happen. Something keeps leaving new marks even after it's gone. False memories. Well. More leaks. This is not sustainable. This cannot continue. If someone else is planning to empty these, somebody else. Circuit diagram for a while now. The diagram has been up on the chalkboard for at least a couple months. A fist? GFX? LIP? Lib? The schematic for some essential component in the image processor. Nobody understands it but James. That's the point. He's trying to clean it up and simplify it a bit. You publish a simplified diagram and everyone can build an image processor. Meanwhile, it's like hieroglyphics in here. Schematic seems to get more eerie the longer James is away. Oh no. He understands it, which keeps it tethered in the realm of the human. Otherwise, it might as well be lichen. Weird ass tape. Town looks really empty in the rain. I wonder if it's true in cities too, if rain makes it all look empty. A little bit. I can't remember, what's a big city I've been in when it rained? Oh, Chicago, downpour on Western Avenue. We took shelter in a gas station. Does it just look empty because everyone stays inside? No, there's something uncanny about a town in a thunderstorm. It's like a reanimated corpse. And it's like nature's coming back. There's no more humanity. Oh, it's Ron's big moment. Oh, but we gotta look at the oscilloscope! You can plug any signal in here and it shows up on the screen. Sound waves, video signals, even just a weak electrical signal with no other purchase on the census. Maybe to show me the guest in our wiring here in town. There's a low hum, barely even hum, because it's too slow to be audible. A slow, gentle oscillation that offsets every other electrical signal in town. Game says I'm able to figure out what causes the hum, but it's okay. It's too subtle to cause any real problems for us. It's just there. Ah, the power company making a constant hum. Backstreet. So, okay, Ron, anything that you want to tell us about that tape? Everything on that tape was wild. Really? Everything? Wild stuff indeed. Even the horses? Everything on that tape was wild. I bought some forged tapes at a yard sale once. The lady said they were live tapes of Gene Ritchie playing dulcimer in some local bar. They were pretty good too, a little noisy with the rattling bottles and chatty drunks, but it gave the recordings a certain aura of authenticity. Were the horses? Well, I thought those were the horses here. Oh, the neighbors? We call the horses here the neighbors. No, I didn't recognize that one. Then I noticed some of the background sounds repeating. Someone telling the same hush story at the bar during every song, the door opening and closing exactly the same way the lady who sold me the tapes. She'd added the bar sounds artificially. I think she recorded the music herself in her bedroom and put Richie's name on it. I don't think there are any wild horses anymore. Really? How could that be? Oh, well, they've all been domesticated. And the neighbors domesticated? We don't own them, no. They're, feral? The tapes live permanently in my truck. Over the years, they've become my favorite Ritchie recordings. Oh, right. In your documentary, you said the people who used to live here had freed their horses. Exactly, but you can free your pet cat, but it won't turn back into a panther? Right. It's kind of like a ghost, like Ben was saying, but everything's ghost around here these days. It's ghost town, with people still living in it against all reason. Despite all the pain in this town's history, the Pueblo did not have vanished. The airstrip went bankrupt, this company town buckled under guilt and exploitation. Even the first people here, all we have left of them is their graves. What about the dogs? Yeah, Ron, was the dog wild? Everything on that tape was wild. I just hope our ending isn't so dramatic. Maybe we can just decline peacefully into irrelevance and then one day stop completely unnoticed. That sounds nice. It didn't look wild to me. I guess it's a matter of perspective. I'm not sure I agree, but now it's time for the weather. Thanks again, Ron. Well, the weather should be pretty wild. I can hear it for myself right now. Yeah, getting pretty intense out there. Do you get storms like this a lot? More and more. Right, of course. And then, of course, there's the actual ghost. Alright, here's Ellen with the weather report, and lucky us, we also have Cyrano Cole, who stopped by to add some drama. Musically, I hear he's gonna be at the Rum Colony later tonight if you need a cocktail after the show. Yeah, Cyrano was at the Rum Colony. Looks like the ceiling panels are swelling a little. Is that really happening, or are we about to get drenched? Oh good, standing in the water on the floor, and there's a hole in my boot. Cool, my socks are getting wet. I love to have wet socks. Anything else? There's the weather report. Alright, weather time. Now once I render a Kelly's weather report. Hey. Hey. This is so trippy. How did he work out the ratios of oil, water, and dyes? It seems so precise the way he drips them in one little half drop at a time. Jeez Louise. The building shook with that one. Where'd you get your supplies, Elmo? Ben has a guy in. Oh, wait, you mean the projection stuff? Mail ordered these candle dyes. The other stuff is just mineral oil, like you can get at the drugstore. Roofs are leaking all over town. Projector, somebody just left it in here, man. Incredible. Flash flooding imminent. Actually, there's that girl who does the pirate video stuff, you know, jamming our signal. Weaver. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It's Weaver? Yeah, our resident ghost. Yeah. Ghost, huh? You really think she's dead? Doesn't matter. Of course it matters. Ground quarter folks head to the hangar. Can't leave a ghost behind until you die, right? That's one way to do it, but you ever miss someone so bad you felt like they were haunting you? Or been in a relationship with someone where it feels like their ex-lover's always in the room? See what you mean. Hey, think she'll get us tonight? It's about time, right? He's right, we're about due. Plus, Saturn's in retrograde. So I heard. Not that she keeps a strict schedule, but it's never longer than a month or two between... Oh, what does Mimi call them? I know they're bad for the general vibe around here, but can I be honest? Kinda like when she busts in and takes over our signal. It's like a log falling on the road. Reminds me that this all used to be trees. Interventions, that's what Mimi calls it. How does she do it? Performances were cool, though. I never saw her perform, but I heard about it. Oh yeah, I saw her do it a few times. I was into it. For a while, we thought she had a tower somewhere, but she's even jamming the local cable transmissions. She did lectures, right? Yeah, you could say that. I thought of them as storytelling sessions. She talked for hours and shuffled through slide after slide of shapes, numbers, weird constellations. Who knows what any of it meant? Ralph and Sherry went and checked every cable in town for what would they call it? And this was her projector. Right. I don't know where she got it, though. It still works really well. I got a spare bulb at a resale shop, but I haven't had to use it yet. Taps, splices, injection sites, places where we could be overriding the signal. Didn't find anything. Ooh. Do. It's a mystery. Nice, more dignified somehow? What happened to the rest of her stuff? The better slides are still here in the studio, maybe with the posters. Sherry has all of Weaver's old notebooks. I know that. She keeps them in her archive, you know, the big blue filing cabinet with the daisies painted on. Yeah, anyway, the really hard part is these two pieces of glass have to be paired very precisely. Had to get these from the clock store over in Glasgow. That's where they come from, clock faces. Thanks for the tips, dude. Anytime, dude. I wonder if Weaver will come on the, I gotta turn the damn volume down some. Storm's too goddamn loud. Anyways. Thanks, Elmo and Cyrano. So next we have a selection from the video databank. You're gonna like this one, Maya. This one's about caves. Ooh. Yeah, local caves. We play this one a lot. It's pretty cool. Oh, but we have a phone call. Should we get it now or should we wait? We'll get it now. Okay. We can press the button on the telephone next to her. Hello, WEVP. Hello, Jeff with a G. Hey, babe. Did you know Weaver? A few calls and a call. Oh, really? Was she nice to you? Well, that's good to hear. You make her sound so normal. Talk to anyone else, it's like she had a second head. One of our little mysteries, like the out-of-towner. Ooh, really? You know him well? I had no idea. Who do you think did it? Of course, I hadn't considered that possibility. What a waste. Sad. I'm gonna see if Jeff is done. Haha. Someone, Mimi, I think, was tracking Weaver's appearances here. She jotted down the time and date whenever there was an intervention. Mimi hasn't been by in a few weeks, though. When was the last one? Let's see what the notes say. Oh, wait, she just wrote times, not dates. Well, that's not very helpful. They're all at night, and I guess that's a pattern. Oh, and here's Ron's recipe for mac and cheese. 6 cups of milk? Decadent. Yeah, that's true. No leaks back here yet. The tapes are safe for the moment. I have a bad feeling the situation won't last. Soon I'll be scrounging for a tarp to protect the video data bank. Probably too wrapped up in their project. Bob had some theories about Weaver's broadcasts. He was considering how she might be tapping into the wires here in town. He built a model, like a proof of concept. This big metal box you could wire up and use to take over our signal. It actually worked, but the thing needed too much power to run. Even a car battery could only keep it going for a few seconds. Weaver's broadcast just loops, sometimes for hours. Consolidated Power doesn't pay any attention to this town anymore, but they still have us on a strict energy budget. There's no way she's plugged into the grid. Oh my god, he's still going. It's a very strange piece of news. Oh my god. Zero. Oh shit, the line's dead. Hello? Was that the storm or was it the damn phone lines? Man, they're really flaky. Business as usual. He has a really soothing voice. That's Jeff. He's a regular caller. He's asleep. Oh, well, let him sleep. Okay, well, let's play the tape. This is Cave Art. It's classic around here. I'm excited. Looks like Mo's got this one queued up. Way to go, Mo. I should let Maya enjoy the tape. So if Weaver is a ghost, by some agreed-upon definition of mechanics, that means WEVP TV is haunted. Should we be doing something about that? Aren't you supposed to, like, have an exorcism or something? I mean, you can't just leave a place haunted. That would be negligence. I'd miss her, though. I guess there are good ghosts and bad ghosts, like spiders. Good in the garden, bad in the shower. What the hell? Oh. What was that? I'll check it out. Yikes, should we go help? Oh, no, Oh, the tape is over. What did you think? That was great. Yeah, I like that one. No. Oh, no! I don't know, I'll take a look. Maybe a fuse blew on a relay or something. Some scared rat chewed a wire. Abandoned ship. I'm just kidding. Guess I'll take a look around and see if anything's smoking. Weaver? This storm just wiped the town off the map. Where would everyone go? Would Elma disappear into the woods, or go down to the Echo River and ply his trade there? They have weather down there, right? Jesus. Hello? Poor thing, she's soaked. Nikki, are you having trouble with... Oh, I spoke too soon. I thought your power was out. Yeah, it just came back on. Weird. Good, though. You made it. In this storm... Oh, I'd never miss the evening broadcast. To be honest, it's the only time I get to share my work. Nikki's still carrying a torch for the out-of-towner. Sure, of course. That's great. It's pouring out there. What happened with the power? That was weird, right? The power? Oh, it seems like a normal kind of thing to happen in a storm. Yeah, you're right. I just have an eerie feeling tonight. Well, you know, Saturn's in retrograde, right? Sure is. Well, ready to go? Ready. Aw, damn. I missed some. Oh yeah, it's really coming down now. Okay, the ceiling's falling apart. Doesn't bode well for the roof. Some of the wiring is in puddles now. That's dangerous, right? Nobody else seems concerned about it. Okay, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that then. Well, what happened to Ron? Did you fix it? It just came back on its own. It'll take a second for the equipment to warm back up and we'll be on the air again. Spooky. It's a disaster out there. The neighbor's barn is basically underwater. Wow, so just completely flooded. I passed Ron on the way and he's gonna take a look and see if there's anything he can do. Will they be okay? Ron knows what he's doing. He used to be a firefighter. It's a little bit different though, right? Nah, fire and water, they're basically the same. Oh, thanks. I brought my work. Oh, good. Nikki reads her poetry. It's a weekly feature of our broadcast. Oh, great. I look forward to hearing it. Yeah, I just hope that we can keep going. We lost power a little while before, right? Better get started then. Wait a minute. Someone moved and there wasn't any... Is Weaver in the studio? Is Weaver underneath? To the out-of-towner, what eagle flew you to your final bed? It was not men who brought you there to sleep. The men who left you bloodied then and fled had chosen mud and muddy water creek. Okay. I can do this justice. What eagle flew you to your final bed? It was not men who brought you there to sleep. The men who left you bloodied then and fled had chosen mud and muddy watered creek. Did wild turkeys gobble, dote and care, and wipe the moss beneath your eyelids clear? Did cardinals pull the twigs from out your hair, and wash your hands and feet and trim your beard? When wood ducks dressed you in your resting gown, and pigeon-fastened shoes from leaves and bark, who then sewed flowers into a burial crown, the one who made your headdress was a hawk. The men who broke your body, where were they? The vultures stayed home on your funeral day. Emily, look at the monitor! Dude, be quiet, we're live right now. No, we're not. Look. Yup. Weaver's in the reflection. Probably. I mean, it's probably Weaver. But, yeah. That's spooky. That's not a broadcast. Damn, there she is. Elmo was right. What's wrong? It's her, Weaver. Oh, really? Tonight? Sorry about this, Maya. What's going on? Local prankster. She jams our signal every once in a while whenever the stars align. Prankster, not the word I would use. Damn, so what do you do about it? Just wait until she's done. We've never been able to stop her from jamming us. We don't even know how she does it. You should be back on in a minute, though. Don't worry. Hello? Huh. Well, that's terrifying. Alright, Act 5. Here we go. Here we go. A town? A town? Oh no. Did the whole station flood? Ron! The neighbors, no! Damn. That's everything, right? How did this all fit in that truck? It's bigger on the inside. I think it rained. Rained a lot, I mean. Worms are gonna be out for sure. Have you ever heard a worm sing? They only sing if they trust you without reservation. What do you think they sing about? Sing about their friends, other worms they like? Precisely. So, where's 5 Dogwood Drive? I'll go scout ahead. Holler if you find anything. Hmm? Why are we the cat? And why are we chasing after a dragonfly? Dedicated meow button. Okay. Yeah! Best characters. I just gotta get their stuff. There we go. Junebug and Johnny strained to hear the noises coming from the well. God damn. What? It's like 2 people talking, but not to each other. Talking to themselves, maybe? They're each alone. Johnny shades his eye with his hand. How are your eyes, Cricket? Kind of flickery, but okay. You want to see? I'm okay for now. And there's a lot of junk. I mean, not junk, but you know how it is. Oh my god. Yup. Emma gave Reader a tour of the cameras and wiring. Just been through a certificate program on public broadcasting. The video, Nikki showed her the video data bank, James, the Sandin image processor, and Ron came barreling in with an urgent expression. The image processor was a beautiful machine. James had inherited its care from another artist, reverse engineering it for maintenance with the help of a dusty photocopy tome linked with the distribution religion. Reader learned just enough to make the throbbing, hypnotic rainbows appear on the screen, which seemed to be the machine's favorite trick. She wondered what they used it for in practice. It wasn't quite the radical guerrilla television crew she dreamed of joining. This group seemed more interested in sharing the town's home movies than culture jamming and interfering with corporate stations, but she liked that focus on local concerns. Ron's news was clearly bad news. Rita's heart sank a little as they listened. They knew things were unraveling, knew from experience what that looked like. Wouldn't it be nice to arrive at the beginning of something for once? But as she listened to Ron detail the power company's sudden withdrawal from town affairs, she heard other possibilities. She'd studied their faces and found concern for sure, but also something like relief, hope, and awakening of play. It could look like she might have been daydreaming. These were people, Rita decided, ready to step out of the company shadow and build something of their own. Ron said the TV station would still be funded by court order. Could that be their anchor? Unfortunately, no. Seems like nothing's gonna anchor him down anymore. It's like a hell of a lot of ghosts in this town. A well? Waffles for any weather? Waffles for any weather? Okay. Town bell. Tire. This shouldn't have happened. We should have prepared better. All of us. But most of all, that damn company who built this place and left it only half built when they pulled out of town. Damn shame. Yep, sorry, Ron. Oh, hey, it's Maya. She really is a beautiful dog. She seems to like you. I'm still hoping to get her back to the old man somehow. What do you think, Blue? You want to go ride with this nice lady for a while? Blue lays down next to Shannon. Okay, I'm just taking one last look and then back on the road. Said you were sketching, researching? Yeah, I just came down to see this ancient earthwork. I make stuff like this, kind of. Where do you exhibit it? Outside, on the fields, forests, away from the roads. Why'd they build this huge dirt spiral? Don't know what it was for. Will it still fly? Oh yes, you just got a little banged up a little in the storm. I'll have her up and running again by this afternoon, I'm sure. Can I fly with it? Can I fly it? Well, how's your upper body strength? It's good, really good. This old girl's operating by pulleys. I mean, 100% mechanical. Well, except for the throttle. I could do that. Admire your conference, young man. Yep, just a little bent metal. We're skyworthy again in a matter of hours. Wow. We're doing this a long time, kiddo. Oh, hey, ghosts. The first thing they observed the truck from a distance. An alien carcass that made more sense in death than in life. The company had dropped it off in the middle of the day when everyone was at the plant. They let it sit over the night, alone and strange. Nikki thought it was ridiculous, but Ron approved. To Elmo, the truck was simply beautiful. Let's look at Elmo. Thought it was elegant. He liked the idea of passing it every day, observing it from different angles and distances. He didn't care if they used it or not anyway. There weren't any roads in town, unless you maybe counted the old airstrip. Everyone had to agree this was money and attention that would have been better spent addressing the town's drainage problems. Maybe finally get started on that damn messianic ditch. Still, they had a few things to dispose of. Broken flower pots, empty glass bottles, clothes that didn't fit anymore. They gradually fell into the habit of collecting waste and carrying it to the truck. Once a month, some shadows would come in from the night woods and haul the garbage away on a cart. Interesting town. Hey, these are like the future domes from the Museum of Dwellings. Got two folks here hugging, saying goodbye, saying hello. Paints and chalks in the small bag, diary in the large bag, stuffed dog in the small bag, photograph of Chris in the large bag, no in the small bag. Sandra couldn't decide. Where should she keep the photo of her husband, or should Alec keep the photo of his father? She wrapped up the diary in a towel before stuffing it into her bag, feeling slightly silly doing it. Fraser had been on a tear collecting all written materials community property lately. She was sure he couldn't possibly have meant even a personal diary, but was she sure? She set everything down, closed her eyes, massaged her temples, and wondered, not for the first time, how Fraser had consolidated so much invisible power so quickly. How had he done it? Had he in fact done anything at all to claim this incredible lattice of influence, or had they simply blindly given it to him? Ooh, power dynamics. Think it'll rain anymore? No. I don't see any clouds. Oh, there they are. Right, Bob, Emily, and Ben. Right, the three of them. Hell, it'll probably rain anyhow. Just our luck. Glad you got out okay. Assertive meow. Oh, really? Thinks it's gonna rain again tomorrow. Haha. Nah. I don't know, man. Animals have a sense for the weather. Glad y'all got out okay. What else do we got in town here? What's your deal? Painting? Yep, just painting. Alright. Sorry about the old barn. Sorry about your dead horses. Sorry about the water, and sorry about basically everything else. What kind of fish are those? They're goldfish. They eat stuff. I'm surprised they survived the storm, actually. Some weren't so lucky, and now I'm writing this poem. I'd like it to be helpful somehow, but it just keeps coming out sad. Haha. Yeah, it's just how poems be sometimes. Especially when you just have sadness to write about. Ain't nothing to it, ain't nothing by it. Just what happens. Oh, hi, kitty. Oh, hi, Rita. Where'd you come from, huh? Follow a bird up here? These folks, the ones who built this, they chase birds too. Speaking of birds, hello, is that a parrot? Are these a bunch of exotic birds? Jorge scanned the shelf. He quickly found the book he was looking for. There were only a few dozen left, more shelves and books now, and the result of an experiment called the New Selection. Privately, he called it the Purge. But only privately, in small groups of reliable complainers. The unspoken rule was to hold back criticism as long as possible. Experiments needed time to unfold naturally without the interference of doubt. Jorge would prefer to complain more freely. Fraser proposed and executed experiments just like any other community member, but his experiments had a scorched earth quality. They were all destructive. He moved from one area of community life to the next in search of excess to cut back. Lately, he had turned his sights to the library. The New Selection meant decimating their store of books according to Fraser's own inscrutable criteria. Now we are guaranteed something vital every time we take a book from the shelves. No more lost time to printed chaff. Fraser's colorless voice echoed in Jorge's mind. He felt like spit. Instead, he tucked the book under his arm and set off for the woods. Oh, you got wood, folks? Got wood, folks? These things. Oh, we're still talking, Rita? Really? That's what they wrote. They followed some migrating birds up here from Central America. Somewhere up to Florida, and then here. Well, that's what they wrote anyway. Guess it might have been a metaphor. Oh, she is a deep sleeper. Yeah, listen to that. Is that blue? Yeah, it's making me a bit sleepy. Oh yeah, the rhythm of her breathing, it's nice, hypnotic. Oh well. Hey, Ghost. What's your deal? I'm gonna run up all up in you. You got a lot of ghosts here. Guess that's how it is at the small towns. Oh. Is this 5 Dogwood Drive? Could this be it? Do you hear music? Always. Strange to say, but I feel like I've been here before. Anyone else? It just showed up, the house. Who lives here? Shrug. It feels warmer in here somehow, right? Strangely comfortable. It's actually quite spacious. Yeah, you could fly a plane in here. Nice. I could see myself in a place like this. The light in here is pretty great, actually. I could set up a new workshop here. I could fix TVs again or whatever people need. Hell, I could fix toasters. You know what this place is? It's a big doghouse. Oh yeah? How'd you like that, Blue? Sure, that stopped. What else could we do here? I kind of feel like I'm on stage right now. You know what I mean, ma'am? Weird acoustics, like you get little echoes before the sounds themselves. I like it. I like this place. And I like what it's representing. But I think... no, Shannon wouldn't. Shannon would stay. Think more people will come after these people leave? Even if no one else sets foot in this place, it's already crowded with ghosts. We saved what we could. Hey, cat, I'll race you. Come here to that pile of mail, okay? Come in here. This is the starting line. Ready? Get set. Go! I won. She stood in her own shadow. A few deer hunters and talkers walked past, but said nothing to the seer, didn't even look. She studied the path. This is the path the seer found in her scrying game, a series of private dice rolls and inscrutable diagrams. At the end of the route, she'd seen a safe, quiet place, caverns, leathery black birds, a lake of eyeless fish, a towering flame. Now the diver walked the mountains, memorizing the route. He was almost ready. What in the Sam Hill? How you doing, Shannon? Greeting, meow. Oh, hi, kitty. Yes, it's a beautiful day. Guess the weather was pretty bad last night, though. You're a chatty one, aren't you? Sure, whatever you say. Haha. Alright, well, take it easy. You got stuff on your mind you don't want to talk? Fair enough. Cloud Lane is back on the runway, hands folded behind his head, halfway between dreams and the afternoon sun. He entertained the momentary delusion that he'd survived a plane crash, and was vaguely unhappy when the dream faded. Coming into land, he'd slammed into a truck. The driver probably thought the runway was another road. The runway smelled like oil, years of leaky light aircraft taking off and landing. All the state said they wanted was to knock down some trees, many trees, and build a road tying this small town to the larger web of streets and highways that entombed the rest of the country. But Clyde and his inner circle of stunt pilots turned mail carriers knew that a road would be the end of their secluded paradise. No, miss, they don't scare me at all. If you met them, you'd feel the same way, I'm sure. There's a very old one and nobody can quite figure it out, but I imagine she means no harm. I leave the radio on for her at night. She likes hissing, though I can't say why. What is it about the radio they love? They all love it. I'm leaving at sunset. If you'd like, I'll help you find a bus back to Lithuania, you said? My uncle is very dying. I should be there to see him through it. But with everyone gone, who'll feed these ghosts? Yeah. That's just the way things go, huh? Oh, hey, Junebug. And Johnny, I didn't see you in the chair there. No, it's not Johnny, it's Clyde. Nice little setup you got. Wish I had a space like this to work on the bike. It's a custom job, the Weird Vector. Nice and light, not light enough to fly, of course. Guess you don't have much use for a bike in a town with no roads. There's one thing Cass always insists about this place. No roads leading in or out. Hell, we can always fly. Yeah. Eh? Well, hello. Marianne nudges Wanda gently. Wanda, time to wake up. Nope, dead to the world. Just try again later, I guess. Oh, hey. So how did you all get food out here? Anxious scraping noises. That's what I figured. Indignant caw. Haha, why? Yeah, okay, will you stick around to help? Huh, caw! Okay then, guess we better get started. This headstone has no name on it. All I can read is better days. Better days ahead? Maybe dreaming of better days once more before going into the ground. And you, my friend, you looking for a place to rest? This is as good a place as you find, I think. Not for Blue. Blue is a road dog. Blue ain't gonna be satisfied with the mundanities of Simple Town. You see her reclined high in a tree, carving fine details into a small wooden pipe. She'd done the bulk of the carving over hazy mornings with a stoneworker. He smoked constantly. She only smoked when she was happy or very sad or bored. From this height, she could see the earth mover shaping the mounds under the draughtsman's supervision. She could see him inspecting his plan, the drawing he'd made from her game, the map. So she saw the pillar of fire, and that pillar of fire was only there with The project. Sure, everyone's heavier after they pass. It's only natural. The spirit has no weight. In fact, it lifts us up a little. Oh, it's you again. Yeah, well, feel free to pitch in. Sure, this would go on a lot quicker with two of us on it. Busy, huh? What, left a sunbeam unslept in? Suit yourself, I'll be here. Best of luck with the horses. You're gonna need it. Look at this place, the library. Ah, what a mess. I feel like I should give you a tour, but let's skip to the good part. Any questions? Did it have a secret name or just a regular one? Oh, I try not to learn any secrets if I can help it. Keep the mystery alive. My friend Bert says the work of history has found a pattern in the unasked questions. It's easy to beat the Gauls. Was there not even a cook in his army? I could stay here. What's good, little dude? We were talking about history. Is this your family? Johnny looks at Junebug. What do you say, kid? Yeah, that's right. This is my family now. Yeah! Ah, yep. Ron dug a grave. Horse grave. This book's in pretty good shape. The City of Ladies. Interesting. No, I've never read it either. Good question. Let's take a look. Here we go. Minerva, Circe, Sappho, and some ladies from the Bible. I think they all get together and build a city. Sounds nice. I'll get us a bus ticket, eh? Before that, it was a company store. Oh, sure, I worked in a mine for a bit. Then you know all about it. Never enough. We had to start a garden. Oh yeah, I saw that. Wonder if we could get it started again. We may have to start from scratch with the vanilla. That's a delicate flower. And if you want, and you promise to keep it secret, I'll pass on my waffle recipe before I head out. Yeah, he's a robot. Both him and Junebug. Why so secretive? I just can't bear the thought of any son of a bitch from that power company eating one of my waffles. Let's let a demonstration march right down this main strip here back in the old days. We ought to just set this place on fire. I'd like to see that, but I think if we take the tables and knock a couple walls down, this place would make a good concert venue. Wonder which ghost is eating at the cafe, sitting at the table. 3A, lay paper flat. 3B, bring bottom left corner up to top right corner. Crease with firm, steady pressure along diagonal fold. Nikki applied only gentle pressure. Looser flowers felt more alive. She rolled her wrists. It was the 6th hour for assigned company store shift, and she had made dozens of flowers. Ron bought a bouquet and cleaned out their stock that afternoon. 11. Repeat steps 4A through 7 for each petal, taking care not to rip the filaments from step 9. She imagined the insects that would pollinate paper flowers, watercolor bees, or wasps that left ink stains where they stung. Commotion outside caught Nikki's attention, men yelling, blows landing. She put down her work and stepped out just in time to see the crowd disperse. Huh. Must have been some awful bad fight. Eh? Meow? Something brown scurries up the side of the tree. Oh, it was a squirrel. A squirrel too fast to tell. Oh. Some ghosts. Some ghostas. If it fits, he sits. Clyde and Cass sat cross-legged in the shade of a light aircraft. Cass shuffling cards and Clyde absently flipping through a stack of unopened letters. Cass played cards and told fortunes with the same deck. Sometimes she'd switch it up mid-game or mid-divination, until you never knew whether you were playing or losing, or if good luck in the game might mean bad luck in some other part of your life. Demand for aerial stunts having faded almost completely, and many of their company having died or aged out of the profession, Clyde and Cass found for their remaining pilots a steady flow of contract work, delivering mail to remote rural areas, but this place was abandoned. Cass's cards predicted they'd be here for quite a while. Yep. And be here for a while you were. Until finally it just gave way. 6 or 7 men stood in the sun about a dozen yards from the ditch, and he could hear them laughing. He tried not to hear them. Instead, he listened to the shovel punching through the dirt as he shaped the trench. It was wet dirt, mud really. It made a hungry sound as he shaped the trench walls. Glare from the noon sun made his sinuses tingle. The trench was a foot wide now. By the time he was done, he expected it to be twice that, and were most of the way from the middle of town over to where it could drain off into the creek. The laughter quieted into greedy chuckles, and he could feel the man approaching. But you did good work. It's not your fault. They didn't let you finish, that's all. If they let you finish, oh, forget about it. This place would be dry as a bone. Ah, they didn't let him finish. You always did good work. It's a memorial. Was it the out-of-towner? Did the out-of-towner try and dig a ditch to drain drain into the creek? Damn. Rita tore up weeds. Elmo stood next to her with a bucket. She passed him the uprooted weeds, and he stuffed them into the bucket. They worked this way for a few hours. Dark clouds drifted slowly closer, but wouldn't arrive until evening. Rita and Elmo left to get some tea. The bucket of weeds sat warming in the sun. The dandelions wilted and the clover dried. Some wayward insects continued to eat. When Rita and Elmo returned, they assumed the same roles and continued working. The garden was coming along well as they could hope. Given months of neglect, when the plant shut down, the company abruptly pulled out of the area and took a large part of the town's population with it. This included the Carver family, who tended this garden, the largest and most productive in town, for years. Now the garden would be cared by a new family and feed what was left of the town whenever it became next. Didn't know much about gardening, but they were prepared to learn on the job. Knew for sure they would plant tomatoes. Those had grown well from this garden in the past. Rita and Elmo worked until it started to rain. The rain washed their sweat into the dirt. Yeah, ain't that just the way? You just work and work and work. Not a bad thing. It's just how it be. Rita never got as many bands to come up here as she would have liked, I think, but it was always a blast. Sure, how does anybody find this place without any roads coming in? They come through the well from the river like you did if they can find it. Sometimes you only need a few people. Whoa, look at this. Broken projector. Nah, he'll be devastated. Nah, he'll be cool with it. Pulls a videotape out of the rubble. The label's all muddy. Oh, this is Rita's tape. I should get this to her. Maybe she can clean it up. I think the ceremony's around dusk. Yeah, we'll stick around. Nowhere to be. Where are you flying to? Flying? Ha! I'm just checking to see if everything's working okay. You could fly her somewhere if you wanted to, though, right? Of course! So why don't you? Here we go. Keep your distance now. Well, keeping my distance, suppose. No, ladies up. Ooh, plane. Oh, eh. The seer huddled in the small cave. The deer hunters ran by, shielding their eyes from the torrential rain. Must have looked like she was taking shelter, but she was waiting for the water to rise and envelop her. She wedged her leg and shoulder into the rocky corners, settling in. The floor was slick and muddy, and she had a feeling of drifting in the water, like the cave was a cramped boat. She closed her eyes. She wondered where the diver was now, if he had found the end of the route. Was he on his way back, or had he been lost underground? Either way, it was too late. She thought back to the first flood, long before her birth, a flood she had only seen in dice rolls. She stayed there for a while and opened her eyes again. Now the water was crossing her heart. She took the game pieces from her bag and released them gently into the flood. Oh, damn. That's one way to do it. Now, let's, do the sequential like. I really don't know what we're doing here. 6 feet? That's the standard for people. That's the standard for people anyway, but maybe I ought to stick to the traditional depth out of respect. Just what are we bearing here anyways? Is it them or us or some mix of both? Wonder what would have been the company policy on hiring centaurs. Strong and smart, but probably union. Those greedy sons of bitches had finished that drainage ditch when they were supposed to. I had to hike through the woods and give them peace of my mind. Yep. In the bushes? Yeah. After the raccoon? Yeah. No. But it's probably full of thorns. Yeah, but raccoon. It's not happening. Okay, okay. Oh, don't pout. Tell you what, if that raccoon comes back into town, we'll leave some food out for him. Yes, ma'am. Hey. Why not? It's... People are trying to rest. Agreed. Yep. Oop. Oop. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's no good. Well, let's, leave her to it. What happened to the horse drawing? Where'd it go? Hmm. Guess she woke up. How are you? Can never remember people from their faces. This is Rita, right? Oh, this is Wanda? Part 4, Subsection G. Notes on inhabitants. Small group, mixed duration of residence. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces, right? I can spot you easy now. Haha. We've had our eyes on this site for years. Alright, well, don't set up shop just yet, huh? Wow. Seems to be working okay. Julian's gonna love this. Who? Yeah, it's amazing. Ah, the old church. I even lived in there for a little bit. No way. Yeah, too drafty. I moved out one winter and never looked back. It gets cold? Sure, when the sun is down. Nice old church, though. Really nice. Could make a nice workshop. There you go. Hmm? Bell? That seems like it's probably gonna be the last thing. Give me another rag, would you? The one with the embroidered bird on it. This one? Does it have a bird on it? I think so. Don't you know what a bird looks like? Yeah, but it's pretty small. I thought it was some letters. I guess that could be a bird on there. Well, it's a rag, ain't it? As long as it's a rag, I guess it'll work for mopping sweat. Yeah, it's a rag for sure. Want to finish getting all the little things before I look at that bell, because that bell seems like it's going to be pretty important considering how quickly it popped up and how, well, considering how quickly it popped up is the main reason, really. There's a little bit of the story that I'm missing. Oh, hey, Junebug and Johnny. I really like this knife. It has an aura, know what I mean? An aura. Yeah, like it wasn't exactly used to cut apples. It's meant for greater things. Yes, ma'am. Anything else we can do here? Other than have them set up? Oh, Junebug and Johnny getting some waffles. Alright, man, let's see what you got. This one looks like it might still play. Oh, Bill Monroe, great. Yeah, we had a few of his. Man, this is a barnstormer. Popular? They used to be, but then the jukebox started to wear down. The longer it would run, the slower it would play. Then these weird echoes would start to come in. Like the music was leaking and just pulling it up in the bottom somewhere until everything was drowning. After a few hours, no matter what you put in the jukebox, it'd come out strange, wrong. I don't know, that sounds pretty cool to me, man. That is pretty cool. In my honest opinion. One more loop around the town before we hit the bell. Oh, there's a ghost up there. I want to see if they have anything to say about the graveyard. No? Just walking? Fair enough. Nobody around, nobody around, nobody around. Yep, there's Shannon. Hey, Shannon. Meow. Oh, I don't know, just a bunch of old stuff. Start to imagine someone ordering this, like these things specifically. Why these things? This folding rocking chair, it's nice, but it's so peculiar. Someone really wanted this chair. Now we're trying to set it all up, trying to reverse engineer this person we never met. I feel like we are that person. We're making that person right now, together. Yeah, thanks. That helps. It's a damn shame again about WVP TV. Wonder what happened to Weaver. But suppose we might not know that. At least for a little while. Just left your ghosts. Alright, nothing else is really starting up or going anywhere. Clad's not taking off. This ghost ain't going anywhere. Just walking. Didn't think I'd be able to go on this side of the fence. Doesn't look like there's anything here anyways. Well, guess it's about that time. Nothing left to do. Everybody's inside getting something. Shannon's not even here anymore. Suppose that's the last of it. Let's get this ceremony started. Awful open area. Oop, just walk right over me, huh? Oh, we're meeting over by the grave. Okay. Oh, hey, hello. Come on, Ron, hurry up. Get your ass in gear. Hey, y'all, thanks for sticking around for this. I know we've all got places to... Well, if anybody still needs somewhere to go, be sure and speak up, okay? I think Ron's heading through the woods tonight, back to the road if you want a caravan. You staying, Em? Yeah, sure, I'll stay. At least for a while. Just want to make sure everyone has somewhere to go. Yeah. For right now, though, we got some friends to bury. The neighbors. Nikki has a poem and I have a song. If anyone wants to say anything, though, I'll go first. Neighbors were kind, gentle, beautiful horses. I used to go on walks with the silver one out in the woods by... Why didn't anyone ever give them names? The silver one, well, I guess he was gray, but his coat looked silver in the light, so I always called him that in my head. The other one is the other one. I love those horses. But you never know that if you heard me talk about them like that. So I'm sorry, Silver One, another one. Sorry I don't have better names for you. You deserve better names. Also, sorry I'm so bad at this. Anyone else have anything to say? We didn't give them names because their names weren't ours to give. The horses were here before us, you know? They came with the people from Central America, you know, the Utopians, the people of nothing. The people of nothing arrived by horseback in October, and their first experiment was to free the horses. That was generations ago, of people and horses. I don't know when we started calling them the neighbors. We should have called them the people, I think. They were the only consistent residents of this place for over 100 years, and now they're all gone. Who are the people now? I've got something to say. I just want to say these horses used to crap on my floors, but it never bothered me too much. Never mentioned it to anyone, but I didn't want to make a thing of it. But for clearing the air, well, that happened, and it's okay. I mean, recently too, I was cleaning up horse crap just a couple days ago, but I'm saying it was okay. Would have been okay if any of you wanted to crap on my floors. Just want to say that. Would have cleaned up after any of you if you crapped on my floor. Thanks, Ron. Okay, I guess we better move on. Nikki, you ready? Well, thanks for sticking around. Like Emily said, it's so good to have you all here for this. I think the neighbors would have liked this. All of us gathered here. They like to be around people. Maya, you and our other visitors might not know about the out of towner. He came here to work for the company to dig a ditch, and the company worked him good and hard, and for less than he was worth. But it wasn't enough. They had to use him up completely. After that, we became ungovernable. First out of shame, then grief, then anger. It's a poem for the neighbors, but it's also for this town. Yeah, we're going to bury this town today. When we bury these horses, it's the same thing. We're going to bury these horses, and what do you think will happen next? We'll all walk out into the woods and leave this place empty. No, I guess some of us might stay and build again. That's all right. It couldn't be me, but to try is your birthright. If you do stay, you'll be building on top of a grave, but that's true anywhere. The whole world is built on top of graves. Look for me under your boot soles, as the fella says. For we who stayed in shame to penance pay, and hoped to mercy find right where we sinned, those hopes are withered, no mercy left. Who could forgive us now we've buried our merciful friends? Our neighbors were the best of us, of course. It's always so. Our better selves, clear of ourselves, where we can see their glory glow. They glow now underground, our friends with love. To greener pastures we might say, but lie. So let me try instead to share your woe. Below the earth in damp and torchlit caves, may yet someday a new and hale grass grow. Return their souls in peace and gently roam. The cherished will return their souls in peace and gently roam. That was good. That was good. I like how they reburied the horses. I like how they uh made that work.
Land of joy and peace and wonderful life. A beautiful place of mansions fair and skies so bright, where all who believe the Savior dear forever shall stay. And having been saved by grace divine, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to him and never to stray. Just singing praises all day long. I'm going that way. Well, glorious news I tell and sing as onward I go. For those who are still astray in sin, my Savior may know. I want them to sing that praise above some beautiful day. For glory to him who died for me, I'm going that way.
Yep.
I know I shall meet him at the gate when trials are past. I know I shall meet him face to trusting the soaring demon love. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to Him and never to stray. Just singing praises all day long. I'm going that way.
Damn. Yeah. That's how a funeral like this should go. Ghosts of all things should come by. Say farewell one last time. Yep. Y'all just leaving the grave open? Nah, some of y'all are sticking around here to help deal with this. Alright. Blue's still over there. Whole gang's over here, though. Save for Blue, of course, and Conway, of course. Well, that's devastating. Look for me under your boot soles. Well, what? But there's one more. But there's one more. And I only have 11 out of 24 achievements. How do I get to this one? Do I have to look some stuff up? I'm gonna look some stuff up. Hello? Uh, uh, um. Kentucky Route 0. Act 5. Okay. If this happens, replay Act 1 up to the part where you first leave Equus Oils, immediately drive back, meet Carrington, then return to the map. There's a guy named Carrington. And that's what I missed. I missed a guy named Carrington. Okay. Alright, Carrington. And Conway. Oh, Conway. And the truck, too. We're gonna speedrun this shit. Damn, you hear that wreck? Truck full of bottles. I don't know, beer bottles, whiskey? Lost a tire or something. Spilled booze and glass all over the interstate. What a mess. Her name's Blue. I'm driving all even looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. So where's Dogwood Drive? Tap to take the 0. Take this lamp, friend. Hey folks. Emily, Ben, Bob. Y'all seen a breaker box? You hear something? Oh. Right, because they were talking about the seer through dice. Well, I guess I'm keeping the die. You're looking for Marquez. She knows her way down around those roads. She'll get you to the 0. User, Conway. Nope, I hit Joseph on accident. Wheels slide loose. Nobody saw the accident. It will only get later. let's get in the truck. Conway moves on. And then Conway comes back and meets Carrington. There's a burning tree for the Marquez house, but let's go back. Alright, and this should be uncharted territory for me. Act 1, Scene 2? What? That's not how this is supposed to go. That's not how that goes. Okay. Alright. What are we doing here? Who in the hell? A man with a large pair of antlers slung over his shoulders speaking with Joseph. Blue, you doing alright? You doing fine. Finding Carrington. That's only a few miles outside of Hodgenville anyway. I don't think you could do much better for accessibility, and they got that new gas station if folks get lost. But maybe they should feel lost, Joseph. Just as lost then as we were always already lost. Just like poor and itinerant Silas wandering the road looking for a home. Well, that's a way to look at it, I guess. Well, hello! I heard that old truck rumble on up. How's Blue? Think maybe you can help this fella. He's looking for a venue? Is that how you said it right? Sure, I have an old friend who runs a bar. They got a real big stage. No, it can't be indoors. Impossible. But I'm obliged you'd stop a moment to help me work this through. Let me explain my charge. I've dedicated my last 12 years to the design and orchestration of my life's great work. A grand, broadly experimental theatrical adaptation of Death of the Hired Man by Robert Frost. How do you mean experimental? Well, drama's really my second love. My higher calling is pseudoscience. Yep, pseudoscience. Pseudoscience is the eternally fruitful marriage of whimsy and process that has yielded such poetic specimens as astrology, phrenology, canals on Mars, and homeopathic medicine. I hope I have the time to explain how my pseudoscientific theory poetics find expression in this play, but now I'm in a delirious rush. The event is to be performed tomorrow morning, just before dawn, but in the spirit of tragedy, our venue fell through at the last moment. I've been out all day driving the highways looking for a replacement, eyes fastened to the landscape like a hawk scouring the field. So like a hawk, in fact, that I failed to keep my eye on my gas meter. I'm here waiting for a tow truck to bring my car so I can get back on the task. I don't mind keeping an eye out for a spot. I'm on a drive anyway. If you have attention to spare, I'd be grateful. Somewhere outdoors, somewhere intimate, somewhere tragic. Let me just double check. Immediately drive back, meet Carrington, then return to the map. Well, here you are. Here I am. Yep, I'm hard at work, as you can see, and that doesn't distract me. Ha! You like your work? Haven't got a lot of options. You know, I went to college for almost 12 years. I have an advanced degree in electronic writing. But I guess I took the low road in the end. Oh, yeah, you ran. Conway has places to go. And after this, I can return to the map, and then I can get the death of the hanged man. I kind of want to just drive, you know? The diner doesn't appear to have a name. Final banner slung over the door simply reads 24 hours. It has one window behind which the blinds are tightly closed. The door swings open easily. A bell rings nearby. The interior of the diner is pitch black. A bit of errand light from the nearby highway creeps through the open door, and gradually Conway is able to make out a few figures inside. Two old men in trucker hats sit in a corner booth with a checkerboard and set between them, and a young woman standing behind the counter and neighbor must be a waitress. Cook stares blankly from the kitchen. The door slams shut and the room is dark again. Sit down at the counter. Hits his knee on something hard and metallic, winces quietly, and carefully finds his way to a stool. He places his hand on the counter. Another hand, a young woman's rests itself on his. She guides his fingers to a laminated menu. Conway closes his eyes, opens them, maybe closes them again, impossible to differentiate. Order coffee. Cup of coffee would do it. Black. Oily even. Hot, familiar diner coffee. Conway runs his hand down the menu. The surface is uniformly flat and slick with condensation. He feels a warm hand against his cheek and freezes. Her fingers run across the stubble of his chin. He feels like apologizing. She leans forward, and so does he. Huh. Well? Wild, huh? Oh. Buffalo Creek Rec. The office of the Buffalo Creek Rural Electrical Cooperative Corporation is almost invisible. Look in a window. A sinewy shadow obstructs the view through the window. Covered in dirt, parts of the carpet have rotted with exposure to the rain. Wild mushrooms grow in corners of the room. The wall behind the front desk is mostly rotted away. It looks fragile. Pushed through the back wall. Finds himself in what may have once been a conference room. The floor has fallen away in places and filled with a dark green mire. The walls of the conference room are decayed and damaged. The drywall dissolves as Conway pushes through it, falling in damp clumps into the marsh. He breaks through into the long hallway. The glow of a bioluminescent fungus casts a faint blush on the walls. Conway has the feeling he's interrupted something. After a moment of silence, the frog chorus resumes. I'm kind of just driving, and then once I'm done driving around and seeing stuff, I'll take my leave. Oh, church. Large LED display glows in the parking lot. Light of the Last Great Awakening Baptist Church. Muffled chorus drones at a steady volume, repeating the same two verses without rest. The floors of the church are modest and worn. They are locked. A ramp leads up from a few dusty metal trash cans to the church's back door. Enter look in the trash cans. One has a bit of something leafy and rotten stuck to the bottom of it. Another is full of unlabeled videotapes. Finds himself in the kitchen, lit by a fluorescent ceiling fixture, moldy bread, empty Dixie cup, flecked red around its waxy rim. A set of swinging plastic doors in the far wall lead out of the kitchen. I've killed Church. The last great awakening is no more. Oh, an airplane. Eh? Two shirtless, shoeless men push a light aircraft along the highway. Occasionally, one or the other slips a bit on the sweating asphalt or stops to pull back his hair. The rubber is almost worn away. Soon these men will be dragging this airplane. The men are nearly broken. I want to see what happens. If they can make it off screen or if they do break. I think it's likely that they break based on how Conway was describing them. Maybe this would be something to visit with more people like Shannon in tow. He's not expecting to get a cutscene like this. Guess I should have. It's called Kentucky Route Zero. It's not exactly not about driving on the open road. They did it. Proud of them. Back into the night I go. Gotta live my life to the fullest, considering I now work for the power company and everything's a nightmare for me. Alright, church was back there. Went up that road, going down here. There's a guitar player. I interacted with him already. Keep on driving up the interstate, see what we get. Not much. Bacon Creek Road. Y'all got Bacon Creeks? Jackson Highway. Was there something there? Did something just flash? I suppose not. Ooh, dragonflies. Truck jerks toward the shoulder, nearly run off the road by a swarm of dragonflies. Their wings beat briefly in the headlights and disappear into the night. Another RECC. Room feels empty with no furniture other than the built-in front desk, host to a disconnected telephone, and a few empty beer cans, meandering lines of color have been spray painted along the walls. Behind the desk, a hallway leads into darkness. There's no dial sound. The phone is disconnected. Listen closer. Closes his eyes. Conway can hear a thin, quiet roar like the ocean or the highway. Ah, darn it. Enter the hallway. The hallway passes several small office doors, quickly disappears in darkness. Something is glowing in the distance, barely. One of the office doors is still locked, another has been broken open, and the door handle is bent awkwardly inwards and embedded in the wood, but it's jammed against a filing cabinet. Closer inspection through the crack in the door, the whole room is filled with filing cabinets and other disused furniture. The hallway passes several small offices, walks dark into the hall. The door far into the hallway is tightly closed, but a warm glow bleeds in from its edges. The handle is loose, and the door swings open easily. The hallway fills with warmth, light, and smells of smoke and coffee. About a dozen men and women sit around a campfire in the middle of a large room. Cubicle walls have been cut into pieces, some leaning up against the walls, and some arranged in stacks of firewood. One of the women waves to Conway and offers him an empty chair. It's missing wheels, but it's comfortable and easily adjustable to his height. Someone takes a pot hung from above the fire and pours coffee into a styrofoam cup. Conway accepts it, and they all return to watching the fire. Oh, the wreck. The wreck with the bottles. It was the company. That's why they needed a new driver. This is how they keep all their wood. What a mess, huh? Think anyone was hurt? Looks like a tough one to walk away from. It's time to go. I see. Alright, let's just leave. We're done. Huh. Oh, ephemera is just the stuff that I have. Back to the circle. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Death of the Hired Man. To love a red moon. Mexico? That's what you said. Damn. Oh, she's been there before. Sounds so far away. She lived there for years. Why'd you come back? Ask her, sometimes it's hard to get a straight answer. So I recall. Well, that old girl's trouble now. I'll tell you said so. Yeah, she'd wear it with pride. She would, wouldn't she? How's business? Shitty? Sure, you laugh. Sorry, Harry. You laugh, but where will you go to sit and talk all day when they shut this place down? Oh, I appreciate the steaks. It'd be a different story if someone bought a drink with cash now and then. Sure, Harry, we've all got our troubles, which reminds me. I'll pour 'em. No, it's not that. As I was leaving the bureau, I ran into someone else. Uh-huh. Your erstwhile janitor. I bet. What'd he have to say? In fact, he suggested he might come by and clean your facilities. He what? I told him never to... Now, Harry, be kind. I told him... Here he is. Now? Be kind. I'm always kind. How does it look out there, Brandon? It's pretty okay. Sure. Sun's out. Imagine that. I mean, it's clear skies. Clear skies today. Well, I'll get started. Listen, kid. Just going back, my young friend. We'll check in on you shortly. Oh, it's just a couple of bathrooms. See that attitude? I'm going back, Brandon. Okay, I'll start with the ladies. Fine. There's nobody... No, it's just us and the kids. Oh, hey, y'all. What are you watching? I don't know what this is. Oh, yeah, I do that, too. Whenever I turn on the TV, I always try to find something I've never seen before. Well... See, Harry? A little bit of kindness and you got your janitor back. When was I ever anything but kind to him? I let him sleep in the office whenever he misses his bus. But he's not dependable. Off he goes, always when I need him most. He thinks he ought to earn a little pay. I can't afford to pay any fixed wages, though I wish I could. So when someone else can pay, then someone else will have to. Not so loud, I hear you. I want him to. He'll have to eventually. Harry, I believe you were about to pour us a couple drinks. Stand bar is like a muddy black little pond where everyone who stops to drink falls in and drowns. Now, Harry, who'd want to drink from a muddy black pond? There's always someone thirsty enough. What are you in this colorful metaphor? Just another set of bones at the bottom. I'll drink to that. Hell, so will I. Not much on in the daytime, huh? Oh, I don't know. I'm enjoying this program, whatever it is. Yeah, you would. How'd it go? Your plaything. My plaything? You said you put on a play, right? I stage an experimental theater production, yes. Pardon me. If you must know, it was a disaster. Sorry to hear that. On the topic of my production, the less said the better. Fine, change the subject. It was doomed from the start, really. As I watched the sun rise that morning in front of Equus Oils. Was that? Gas station, Joseph's place. Oh, how is old Joe? Reflective these days, aren't we all? Wait, you did your play at a gas station? Staged. Yes. And nobody came out? Huh, I'll be damned. An uncommon venue, by design. It's unique, I'll give you that. Even if an audience had materialized, there are gaps in the production. Okay. The cast and crew, also absent. Damn. So I alone stood there at sunrise, with no play and no audience to miss it. Let's watch some racing. And you? What's been occupying your days and nights, my friend? Not much. Sometimes I go down to the store and restock, but then it's straight back home. Home, you mean this place? I guess. Sounds pathetic, doesn't it? Not at all. Nah, you had it right at first. This bar is no home. It all depends on what you mean by home. Talking to Brandon the other day, I got the sense he sees this bar as kind of a home too. Ha! It's like a dog that walked in off the street. And what do you do, Harry, when a dog walks in off the street? You give him some water. Dog never did anything wrong. Home is the place where, when you have to go there, they have to take you in. What's that from? Poem? I bet. Sounds like a greeting card. It's meant to sound a little cynical, I believe. What's the poem called? The Death of the Hired Man by Robert Frost. Oh, of course. Only the poem which served as the basis for my doomed experimental stage production. I'm sure it's a great poem. The next line is, I should have called it something you somehow haven't to deserve. Huh. Mean anything to you? Well, is he Christian man? Frost? Yeah, I think he was, with a measure of doubt. And it sounds to me like the grace of God. You get it when you're baptized. It's automatic. You don't have to do anything to earn it. You just try to be worthy of it. What do you think? Harry, you know I only attend church for the acoustics. Then what's the line mean, to you? Oh, I take it very literally. It's a moral claim. There is for each of us a place called home. The relationship is inalienable. It's our birthright. No one may keep us from this place. Says who, though? I mean, who enforces it? If God won't, then it's up to us. And I guess you think the same goes for that kid back there. Am I so transparent? So why is it up to us, though? Doesn't his grandma work in a bank or something? Does she? Pretty sure I heard that. But Harry, don't you think that if he could get help from family? Sure, maybe they had a fight. He looked exhausted. Yeah, he did. Why don't you go check on him? It's kind of quiet back there, huh? Not to scold him, Harry, just to see how he's doing. Yeah, alright. I'll catch up with the races. Well, you've been glued to this program all day. What do you make of it? Yeah, I never watched it before, but it's pretty good. I like how the cars all look like these normal sedans, but under the hood, they're monsters. It's admirable to be stronger than you look. As I understand, the sport began among rum runners. Sorry your play was a bust. Lap theater's always a risk. That's what makes it interesting. I agree. Sure, you're a performer. You understand. I was in a movie recently. I hadn't heard. Yeah, a western. Kind of. A glitch western. You have my complete attention. I was just thinking about your poem. Oh? Yeah, but I was thinking about it as a riddle. Like, what's the place where when you have to go there, they have to take you in? And the answer is home? No, it's a grave. Our host returns, but so quickly. Well, did you and the man have a heart-to-heart conversation? How is he? He's asleep, on the floor with a roll of paper towels as a pillow. Ah, try to remember, Harry. No, it's all right. Let him rest. Ah, I did it. So I now have the achievement Death of the Hired Man. There's still 11 achievements left. And they're all hidden. Okay. Let's check this achievement guide, see what we can do here. Hypnotize Shannon in the mine? Did I do that? I did not do that. Alright. Damn, I guess that's somewhere deep in Act 1, huh? Alright, well. Let's continue with Act 1, suppose. Get to the Marquez farmhouse. Meet up with Weaver, who's a ghost. But now this is Act 1, Scene 3, which is different. Alright, back when Conway could run. Skipping the graveyard, sorry. I was just thinking what a lovely house we have. Do you like it? Have you been here before? Did you happen to see an owl? I didn't see any owl. I know. I saw it out the window once. Big ugly thing. All sound and fury. Well, it's gone now. Got destroyed. What do you do for work? I'm looking for the zero. Oh, you're lost. And that old blind man sent you. Is that right? Of course he did. He said you were too smart to watch TV. Nice thing to say, but he's wrong. Not as smart as I used to be. Read some figures, but nothing radical. I'll bet he sent that old TV along with you, didn't he? Of course he did. It's clever of him. Will you please set it up? Then I can explain to you how to get where you're going to zero. I know. No, that wasn't Weaver in the reflection there. That must have just been... because Weaver's feet are different. From the, like, big boots that I saw in the reflection of the water. I know how to set up a TV. Okay, I'm skeptical. You have it all backwards. Time to start paying attention. Look closely at the TV. The neighbors. Well, maybe not the neighbors. Hey, wake up. You spaced out there for a minute. What do you keep out in that barn? Used to be tools and feed, then books. Now it's mostly spiders. Your cousin? Your father's brother's daughter, Shannon. We're about the same age, well, we used to be. She's older now. Because she died and she's a ghost. Keep your eyes open, especially in the dark. Thanks for the tip, Weaver. Later. Wild that you're a ghost. Now let's get into mine. Let's get Shannon. Come back here. Go to the mine. Uh. 65, turn right at the artificial limb factory. Up north ways, right where Peony and Wax. I think it's up here somewhere. Grayson Springs, Wax Road, and Peonia. Right, there's the bait shop. Weaver, got your message. You've left for the old mine. Thanks for the basketball game. Oh, shit. I was just messing around. He lags on a rooftop. New shingles rough beneath his back, swelling in the noon sun. He is exhausted. They must have started before dawn. His legs are his fingers from carefully lifting shingles to hammer down new ones. His boss, Ira, yells from the idling truck below. He shades his eyes with his hand. A beer would be good. It's barely past noon, but he's worked a full day already. What could the harm be? Maybe a shot at the counter just to get his eyes open, then a beer. He'd offer to drive into town for lunch and stop at that place on Cumberland. Cashier pushes Conroy roughly on the shoulder. He's been talking. Yelling, maybe, but it's all an echo now. Conroy looks up, his neck stiff with pain, his right palm still tingling. The cashier points to the tank, then above it a few holes torn in the wall. The electrical sign has become dislodged and fallen into the water. He got electrocuted? Drive away. Old mine. Alright, the old mine. It's a shame that, Shannon couldn't see Weaver. Now let's get in this mine and get my leg fucked up. It's $200 for 2 weeks. I guess you can't kick me out for another week or two. Yes. Okay, you're right. Get it. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you. Hey, stranger. You believe in ghosts? Well, let's see. I believe a place can be haunted, if that's what you mean. What about a person? Can a person be haunted? Me too. Is that what led you down here? Yes. So, I guess this place must be pretty important. What kind of stuff you hauling? Antiques? Like I said, it's got a sharp eye. I have a delivery for 5 Dogwood Drive. Weaver Marquez, you know her? So you saw her tonight. I know Weaver. She's my cousin. I'm Shannon Marquez. Oh, you're the one who fixes televisions. That's right. Did she tell you that, too? Of course she did. Weaver doesn't lie. One time when she was younger, yada yada yada, I was angry. It wasn't a lie, it was a puzzle. So what are you doing down here, Shannon? Talked to Weaver early this evening, too. Or anyway, she talked to me. It's hard to tell if she's listening sometimes. Weaver told me I had to come down here to the old Elkhorn mine. Should I'd find some I've been looking for. Sure, let's look around. Again, we're just sort of speed running this so I can get all the achievements. It's a decently short game. I figure I could probably get them all. Light on the front is off. So let's just head into the mine what we can see. No, I definitely feel better getting some readings first. Well, okay, I hear you. I'm just finger along the mouthpiece. Scripts coin on the mouthpiece. Blows on the mouthpiece. Here's a story. I used to do work doing roof repair. My house got a real big job out in Louisville. Seemed like a big project, but doable. But I was hungover and we ran late. A moment when he was younger. Visualized as a hot meal. Yeah, my leg got fucked up. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle, jangle. Jesus, you alright? My leg is stuck. It's fine. Just try to stand up. Careful, I'm right here. What about Weaver? Terrifying. There were ghosts in this here mine. Spooky. Let's explore all the options here. When did that happen? Pendulum in the casket. Tall mine shaft. Very tall mine shaft. Hello. Damn, it's almost totally intact. I thought it would have been destroyed. What is this place? It's a recording studio, basically, kind of thrown together, but when this mine was active, a couple of folk music archivists spent time recording miner songs. Really academic, ivory tower types. None of the miners really talked to them much. So they stayed at the margins, observed, took notes, and then sometimes they'd get someone on a lunch break to sing into their microphone. Then I guess the power company got some kind of interest in the project and gave the archivists some coal script tokens to pay the miners with for their songs. What do you think the archivists were after? Data, I guess? Comparing intonation, subject matter, diction. All those little details that no one really thinks about when they listen to music. Yeah, academics are great at that stuff. Let's get out of here. Okay, there's nothing further. And what's further down the other way? Getting awful cramped. And that's opening up a little bit. Dusty reel-to-reel tape player is stashed beneath the track, loaded with tape but starved for power. Oh, I didn't know those were still down here. What was that? Look, there's a tape player down there, one of those old reel-to-reel setups. They'd record up on that old scaffolding we saw, and I guess then they'd sequester themselves down here to listen to the recorded songs. What happened to the archivists? They got out. When the flood came, they left. Pardon. Now, what's the play here? There's no achievement for the other stuff, so I think I'm just going to, animal bones in the rowboat. There's no achievement for figuring everything out, so we're just going to, split. If you wait for me here, I'll go take another look around. So now we play as Shannon. We didn't do this last time. There we go. Terrifying. Now, what was up with Helmet's power? Or interact with helmets? Oh, shit. On a small desk in the middle of the room lay 3 notebooks. The red one is labeled J. Marquez, the green one is labeled R. Marquez, and the blue one is unlabeled. Greek letters, encrypted mathematical formulas. Near the back of the book, what first looks like it might be an esoteric German shorthand is actually a love poem written in anagrams. Pages covered with organized notes, some written horizontally and others scribbled vertically in margins. A few pages lined more evenly and divided up into charts correlating seasons, lyrics, harmonies, and coal halls. On each page is a delicately rendered charcoal drawing. Most are portraits of rugged faces. Near the middle of the book, there are a few drawings of a young girl in a miner's helmet. She plays along the minecart track, collecting pieces of... Oh, yeah, this place. These notebooks are labeled Marquez. Your parents are the archivists? No, Weaver's parents are the archivists. My parents were miners. How's the leg? I can walk on it, but it's painful. Got some painkillers here. Yeah, maybe that's best. Guess just look for another route for Dogwood Drive. Alright. So... Okay. Back into the night. Back at it again. Return to the circle. I got the achievement, so we're good. some of this stuff is kind of hard to do. Now, yeah, you know what? Let's do that. The last thing we'll do today is we'll do Act 4 again, and we'll pick the options we didn't pick the last time. Because Act 4 was the river ride on the Mucky Mammoth. That'll do, book. Try to stay clear of high voltage these days. I always end up here eventually. Been there, the zero? Doesn't matter. We are here to experiment and explore and see some stuff. See some stuff we didn't get to see the first time. Kind of weird tapes. Ever walk through rolling farmland? Just drove, I guess. Right, nobody does it unless it's their land to farm. I mean, they'll walk from barn to tractor or tractor to truck, you know? Well, I sure did. I slipped over fences, and I walked barefoot with the seeds when they were just planted until the earth with my toes. Hey, I should tell you where I left my shoes. You know, I'm a classically trained organist. It's true. Oh, some shitty governor cut state funding. Walk without shoes. Anyway. I'll just keep grinding gears. Yeah, I think I saw that story again. Get the batteries. Yeah, here we go. Cyrano open, yeah. Hey, Shannon. What's going on? Maybe you should slow down. No, I'm good. Had a weird dream. You not off? you see Erza go in? Seems to keep herself entertained. Did you really have to work at the hard times? I guess you owe them. Okay, here we go. Now we're in the new stuff. Probably. I'm just gonna skip through these stories, though. The stories that Will tells about the stuff on the river. Because I've seen him before. Let's see, last time I went on the gas station with Johnny and Junebug. This time I will not. Oh, so sleepy, so sleepy. So I guess this is also a good time for a post-mortem on the game. It seems like a lot of it is just about the general sense of disillusionment with America, its history, the dual identities of the American dream, and the suffering that it subjected to people. As we stayed on the tugboat and looked around the map room. Just real country stuff, you know? In addition to the weird stuff that goes on with the magical realism elements. You know, giant eagles carrying kids around looking for their parents. Ezra watches the lake drift by. He sees a cardboard box covered with beige newts, a floating gas station, 7 dirty boats tethered together with beige rope, small island covered with barnacles. What a relief. Thanks for taking the wheel. Our secret, okay? What's in that jug? It smells like eggs and fruit. Oh, that's homemade. Fermented green tea, pomegranate seeds, and a little bit of barley ergot. I call it Kaikion Kombucha. It helps keep me awake. Want to try some? No, I guess you probably don't. The smell is off-putting, but it's actually sweet and lightly carbonated. I'm trying to kick a diet soda habit. So how'd you do with the helm? How do you know which way to turn? I just keep my eyes open. That's the most important part. Speaking of which... Oh, hey, there's the gas station. I was hoping we'd cross paths soon. Just kind of drifts around. You never know where you meet it. As you can see by this dial right here, our fuel situation is pretty desperate. I have a bad habit of letting that needle spend a lot of time in the red zone. Be sure to leave a docked at the gas station for a few minutes for refuel. You might want to just stay aboard. So, like boats? Yeah, my dad had a boat for a while. Oh, what kind of boat? A small boat with a motor. You could fish on it at the pay lake. Ah, I see. So this one's a little bigger. Same idea, though. So what else did I neglect to explain earlier? This area here's called the wheelhouse. All these gauges and controls help me understand what's going on with the Mucky Mammoth in our hull. It's a compass, but doesn't really work very well down here for some reason. Just go by landmarks, basically, and lights. See those 2 lights on the side of the boat? A red one and a green one? All the other boats have them, too. Some are different colors or in different configurations. If I cross past someone, right away I can work out what kind of boat they're in and what direction they're going, even in the dark. It's all about looking up here. The other half of piloting this boat happens down in the map room. Speaking of which, have we passed the big rock that looks like a dinosaur yet? No, but you're past a huge cliff with a bunch of words painted on it. Oh, the story cliff. I don't know who wrote those words up there, but they tell a story about... Well, it's hard to say what exactly it's about. It's a story of some people and animals and their adventures. Sometimes if I'm running ahead of schedule, I like to drop anchor there and read for a while. The nice thing about the story cliff is you can start reading anywhere you want. There's no beginning or end, just a bunch of middle. It's weird. We should have definitely passed Dinosaur Rock by now. Oh, wait. There it is, up ahead, see? Wow, that's my new favorite rock. It's great, right? What was your old favorite rock? Good energy rock. Cool. It's strange, though. According to my charts, we should have passed Dinosaur Rock before the story cliff, but that's okay. Sometimes the charts need updating. Hey, Will is down in the map room right now. Could you run down and help him adjust the charts to move the story cliff so it comes a little earlier on our route than Dinosaur Rock? Map room's down below deck on the lower level. We're in the sleeping quarters. I'll get in and come and let them know you're coming. The lightly carbonated fizz of her homemade kombucha. Hey, Conway! Conway! Conway, 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 Conway. How are you doing, Conway? Conway! Hey. What's up? You look like you're about to fall asleep. No, I don't think I could ever sleep on a river. You're right, though. It's been a long day. I should maybe find some coffee to go with all this beer. Or just move on up to the real stuff. It doesn't weigh you down as much, you know? Nah, of course you don't. Hey, what am I talking about? Who knows? Okay, bye. Weirdo. Wow, this is harder than it looks. Yeah, it takes a certain kind of ear. Oh, like perfect pitch? Do you have that? Not really that. It's more like muscle memory. When I'm playing the theremin, I kind of hear with my hands. I must sound ridiculous. No, I think I get it. Oh, there's a wall. I see. Hi, Will. Salutations, small man. Kate says you have an adjustment for our charts. Good timing, I'm just checking my copies. That's how we keep our charts up to date. As we pass through a section of the river or the lake, I draw a new copy of the map and make adjustments for anything we see that doesn't match. This is a brave dinosaur mark now. This is a little dinosaur drawing. I drew that. Cool claws. Thank you. And this here is what we thought Storycliff was, but now I guess we gotta move it back a bit. But how far, I wonder? Any ideas? Anything else you remember when you saw the Storycliff? I saw the clock. We passed the Storycliff 6 minutes before Dinosaur Rock. That'll do just fine, so let's see. At our current speed, that would give us a distance of about 1/8 of a mile, let's say. Somewhere around here? Good enough, eh? That should do for the new copy. Oh, I made some other corrections. Tucked in the banks a little, made this section deeper, and left off a shipwreck that must have washed away or been scavenged into splinters. Of course, it means a lot of clutter, all these old copies. Say, I was just about to throw this stack out. Maybe you'd like to hang on to one? They're out of date, but they could be fun to look at. These are mostly river charts, I think. Take a look through and see if one of them catches your eye. Okay. A faded old map. Turn around, like, there you go. There's no real idea of north down here, magnetic or otherwise, so we just hold up the maps with the current pointing down. The river curves clockwise around a few small islands, notice scribbled along the margin. Islands just below the surface, only visible under bright light. They come and go, the islands, that is. I still mark them if I see them. As a map are torn in general strips, pops to the line idle hand and an absent mind. Oh yeah, I remember that day. Slow current's boring. Not that I mind. It's helped to get a little bored sometime. Two sides are held together by paper clips. That one I found wrapped in plastic, quite well preserved. I wrapped it up like that so the chalk wouldn't smear. Must have lost my pencil that day. I don't remember. River curves clockwise. There are no islands marked, but a few other landmarks are indicated with chalk circles. Putting to a chalk circle. That one was the Storycliff, I'm pretty sure. Let's take the faded old map with the mysterious islands that come and go. Well, thanks for your help with the chart adjustments. Our next stop is a bar called the Rum Colony. Guess you're not much of a barfly, but you might like to run around on the beach, and the decor is... I'll be curious to hear what you think of it. But, we're not going to do that. Kate had a theory. The rude weather upstairs was flooding the river, and everyone headed down the lake to ride it out on calmer waters. They came back looking kind of confused, though. I don't mean confused like, not like when somebody asks you a question and you don't know the answer, but you feel like you should, and you get that kind of alarmed blankness in your mind's eye. Not like that. They look confused like when you see two kinds of motor oil, and they cost the same, and you've never heard of either of them, and you read all of the text on both packages, but all that new information just makes the choice seem even more impossible. You might be inclined to flip a coin, but how could you with something that important? Naturally, I assume they met the gas station tenant. A man as anonymous and itinerant as the place itself. I assume he talked their ear off. Everyone on this river does, but I know that fellow well enough to know he wouldn't remember want us reminiscing on him now. So they came back aboard, mammoth refueled, and we ambled on towards the rum colony. Perfect timing. Alright, we watched the mammoth video collection, so now we're going ashore onto the rum colony. Last time we got to see Weaver in her little TV, talking through the captions. It's her ghost. So Weaver Marquez disappeared one day. Never came back. Her ghost is what haunts this place. Yep, sounds like him. Our friend Cyrano's booked here tonight. He's pretty good. He's a wizard. Wizard of the lap steel guitar. You two coming ashore? Oh, sure, we'll be up in a minute. You couldn't hold me back. Oh, I don't know. Kate says just to wander back whenever. This is a take it easy kind of stop. Doesn't even blow the foghorn around up the crew here. No point. Something about this spot is like wax in the air when it comes to timetables and responsibilities. Supposed to meet someone here earlier tonight about some bike parts. Hope she's still around. Oh, I'm sure she is, ma'am. Half sleeping into a fragrant mug with all the other wayward sailors. I wonder if there's any other achievements I can get in Act 4. Sorry, hello? Damn. Sorry, there's an achievement for playing the game on a Tuesday? The water's fine, invigorating. It makes me want to run. I could gallop up and down this beach like a horse. What's he yelling about? He wants to run on the beach, like a horse, he says. Oh dear, what's in these drinks? Pretty strong, huh? But deceptively sweet. Mine's not very sweet at all, actually. It's just sort of pleasant. I really meant rich, I think, with a sweet aroma. Invigorating! Catch anything, Luis? So, did you find what you're looking for? With Lula, I mean. It's a work in progress. I know what you mean. I've been working on... I think I will go for a long run along the beach as soon as I'm finished with this drink. Try not to yell so loud, Luis. I'm afraid you'll shake the ceiling loose. Hey, it's Ezra. Hey, Ezra. Oop. At first, Shannon mistakes the iridescent glimmer for a seashell wabash from something, maybe some freshwater relative to the abalone or even a pearl, but it's only a trading card. It must have been valuable to someone or it wouldn't be printed on this lustrous material. All that's left is the shiny backing and the words Gleaners Forward. Huh. Cool. Is that another? There's another trading card. Now well. Hey, Conway. Aloha. You have to try one of these flower drinks. I feel like I could drink 100 of them. Not too sweet, not too strong, you know, a real session drink. We'll be scraping you off the beach. No, it's not one of those. Not one of those really strong drinks. Just sort of, doesn't taste like a flower. I mean, not like flower smells. You know, perfumed, sickly sweet. Like a star thistle flower. One of our first long haul gigs ended in a crash. Did I tell you about that? Wasn't so bad, actually. I swerved to dodge some stray cattle, hit a stump on the side of the road, and flipped the trailer. Whole rig went twisting down into a muddy ditch. It was spring, and I blacked out. I don't think I hit anything. It was just the shock of it. Or maybe my brain bounced against the inside of my skull or something. Anyway, I woke up and I've been thrown clear. Never worn a seatbelt since. Oh, why'd I bring that up? Star thistle. I woke up in a field of star thistle. First thing I thought was, what are all these damn ugly flowers? More old stuff. I'm drowning in old stuff tonight. Feels like I got it piled up all around me. Like one of those old guys you hear about who never threw anything away, you know what I mean? Don't worry about all that stuff. Just try to stay in the here and now. Yeah, it's a nice idea, but I'll tell you what I'm learning tonight. I don't belong in the here and now. That check's been cashed. Sorry, I'm not making any sense, am I? It just mean to say can't look at anything without remembering something else, and then that reminds me of something else. And I'm buried in it. Just need to get my head clear for a minute, get a clear view of the day, get oriented. There's a time when I felt this way. I'd bite the bullet, try to sober up and get a job. Is that where you're going to work for the distillery? Maybe it is. Seems like a pretty simple answer, right? Just follow the work as long as you can. You got me all figured out. Hey, I'm gonna sit and look at the water for a minute. Talk to you later. Don't be a stranger. An untouched drink sits on a table, forgotten or abandoned, or simply wasted. Let's see, I do get an achievement for chilling here. And waiting, I think. Let me double check. Ah, yeah, there it is. Yeah, listen, we got a problem down here. Okay, how can I help? Man, it's all messed up. I tried relining that big sewer gate under the livestock pen like you said, right? Sewer grate? Damn thing flooded, man. It's even worse than before. All I'm saying is we gotta get these computers out of here. Slow down. I mean, we're running out of time here, man. Hey, I forget. Does the green big valve dump water or sewage? You told me earlier, but I've been so stretched it flew out of my mind. So should I turn that valve? Yes. All right, you're the boss. Hey, Patch speaking. Got an achievo. Hey, Patch. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoa. Well, you know what? This is a fine place to end the stream. We beat the game. And we got Death of the Hired Man. You know what? For the end of this, let's pull up Death of the Hired Man by Robert Frost. Oh, it's kind of a long poem. That's fine. Been reading a lot tonight. So I got the reading glasses on. Alright. Death of the Hired Man by Robert Frost. Mary sat musing on the lamp flame at the table, waiting for Warren. When she heard his step, she ran on tiptoe down the darkened passage to meet him in the doorway with the news, and put him on his guard. Silas is back. She pushed him outward with her through the door, and shut it after her. Be kind, she said. She took the market things from Warren's arms and set them on the porch, then drew him down to sit beside her on the wooden steps. When was I ever anything but kind to him? But I'll not have the fellow back, he said. I told him so last haying, didn't I? If he left then, I said, that ended it. What good is he? Who else will harbor him, at his age, for the little he can do? What help he is, there's no depending on. Off he goes always when I need him most. He thinks he ought to earn a little pay, enough at least to buy tobacco with, so he won't have to beg and be beholden. All right, I say, I can't afford to pay any fixed wages, though I wish I could. Someone else can, then someone else will have to. I shouldn't mind his bettering himself if that was what it was, you can be certain. When he begins like that, there's someone at him, trying to coax him off with pocket money, in haying time, when any help is scarce. In winter he comes back to us. I'm done. Shh, not so loud, he'll hear you, Mary said. I want him to, he'll have to, soon or late. He's worn out, he's asleep beside the stove. When I came up from Rose, I found him here, huddled against the barn door fast asleep. A miserable sight, and frightening too. You needn't smile, I didn't recognize him. I wasn't looking for him, and he's changed, wait till you see. Where'd you say he'd been? He didn't say. I dragged him to the house, and gave him tea and tried to make him smoke. I tried to make him talk about his travels. Nothing would do, he just kept nodding off. What did he say? Did he say anything? But little. Anything. Mary, confess. When he said he'd come to ditch the meadow for me. Warren! But did he? I just want to know. Of course he did. What would you have him say? Surely you wouldn't grudge the poor old man. Some humble way to save his self-respect. He added, if you really care to know. He meant to clear the upper pasture too. That sounds like something you've heard before. Warren, I wish you could have heard the way he jumbled everything. I stopped to look 2 or 3 times. He made me feel so queer to see if he was talking in his sleep. He ran on Harold Wilson, you remember, the boy you had in haying 4 years since. He's finished school and teaching in his college. Silas declares you'll have to get him back. He says they two will make a team for work. Between them they will lay this farm as smooth, the way he mixed that in with other things. He thinks young Wilson a likely lad, though daft on education. You know how they fought all through July under the blazing sun. Silas up on the cart to build a load, and Harold along beside to pitch it on. Yes, I took care to keep well out of earshot. Well, those days trouble Silas like a dream. You wouldn't think they would. How some things linger. Harold's young college boy's assurance piqued him. After so many years, he still keeps finding good arguments he sees he might have used. I sympathize. I know just how it feels to think of the right thing to say too late. Harold's associated in his mind with Latin. He asked me what I thought of Harold's saying he studied Latin like the violin because he liked it. That an argument. He said he couldn't make the boy believe he could find water with a hazel prong, which showed how much good school had ever done him. He wanted to go over that, but most of all he thinks if he could have another chance to teach him how to build a load of hay. I know, that's Silas's one accomplishment. He bundles every forkful in its place, and tags and numbers it for future reference, so he can find and easily dislodge it. In the unloading, Silas does that well. He takes it out in bunches like big birds' nests. You never see him standing on the hay he's trying to lift, straining to lift himself. He thinks if he could teach him that, he'd be some good perhaps to someone in the world. He hates to see a boy the fool of books. Poor Silas, so concerned for other folk, and nothing to look backward to with pride, and nothing to look forward to with hope. So now and never any different. Part of a moon was falling down the west, dragging the whole sky with it to the hills. Its light poured softly in her lap. She saw it, and spread her apron to it. She put out her hand among the harp-like morning glory strings, taut with the dew from garden bed to eaves, as if she played unheard some tenderness that wrought on him beside her in the night. Warren, she said, he has come home to die. You needn't be afraid he'll leave you this time. Home, he mocked gently. Yes, but what else? Yes, what else but home? It all depends on what you mean by home. Of course he's nothing to us any more than was the hound that came a stranger to us out of the woods, worn out upon the trail. Home is the place where, when you have to go there, they have to take you in. I should have called it something you somehow haven't to deserve. Warren leaned out and took a step or two, picked up a little stick and brought it back, and broke it in his hand and tossed it by. Silas has better claim on us than you'd think than on his brother. 13 little miles as the road winds would bring him to his door. Silas has walked that far, no doubt, today. Why didn't he go there? His brother's rich, a somebody, director in the bank. He never told us that. We know it, though. I think his brother ought to help, of course. I'll see to that if there is need. He ought of right to take him in, and might be willing to. He may be better than appearances. But have some pity on Silas. Do you think if he'd had any pride in claiming kin, or anything he looked for from his brother, he'd keep so still about him all this time? I wonder what's between them. I can tell you, Silas is what he is. We wouldn't mind him, but just the kind that kinsfolk can't abide. He never did a thing so very bad. He don't know why he isn't quite as good as anyone. Worthless though he is, he won't be made ashamed to please his brother. I can't think Si ever hurt anyone. No, but he hurt my heart the way he lay and rolled his head on that sharp-edged chair back. He wouldn't let me put him on the lounge. You must go in and see what you can do. I made the bed for him there tonight. You'll be surprised at him, how much he's broken. His working days are gone, I'm sure of it. I'd not be in a hurry to say that. I haven't been. Go, look, see for yourself. But, Warren, please remember how it is. He's come to help you ditch the meadow. He has a plan. You mustn't laugh at him. He may not speak of it, and then he may. I'll sit and see if that small sailing cloud will hit or miss the moon. It hit the moon. Then there were three. Then were three there, making a dim row: the moon, the silver little cloud, and she. Warren returned, too soon it seemed to her, slipped to her side, caught up her hand, and waited. Warren? She questioned. Dead, was all he answered. Damn. Death of the Hired Man. The act in the final intermission was pretty good. It's a pretty good take on this, having it be a younger boy who's a little bit more fanciful in his years, a little bit more put out by his family rather than an old man who's past his working years and Robert Frost was a good poet. I like his work. It was very interesting to see this poem, and I haven't taken the time to read this myself. So, yeah. Overall, what did I think of the game? Let's see. We had a lot of interesting moments. I wish I knew better what happened to Weaver. She disappeared. Is she dead? She might be. She might not be. But she's disappeared. And her ghost takes over the airwaves and leaves messages for her loved ones, her friends, her family. People she hasn't met yet, people she will soon to meet. She's probably dead. She's probably a ghost, and that ghost appeared to Conway. Or maybe it's just the memory of her that appeared to him in that moment. Conway seems to have a little bit of a habit of being stuck in the past. I also want to know some more about Junebug and Johnny. I like their dynamic. Wonder if I like that their story through the game was realizing that they're comfortable and that they want to add to their little family. What that means for them, and especially for them because of how their relationship evolved. I also was very interested to learn about the Marquezes. The fact that they were the archivists. The Weaver's parents were the archivists. They archived everything, and Weaver played in the mines and was exposed to the loss of her uncle and aunt, and just had to. I suppose they took in Shannon at the time, but who's to say? I'd say that the ending for Conway, the working with Hard Times Distillery, was kind of sad, but no. Though the only thing that confuses me is the Hard Times boys. The boys from the Hard Times, the strangers. Even in the game, that, what was his name? Henry? The one that Joseph and Lula and the other one made. The Hard Times boys looked like skeletons. But they turned Conway into a skeleton too, but no one seemed to care that his arm and his leg were skeleton stuff. And I don't know if that's due to the medicine he took. I mean, it's clearly due to the medicine he took, because they fixed up his leg and it was a skeleton leg after that, in Conway's eyes, at the very least. Maybe because it was his leg, he knew that it was changed, and it was, but I don't know. But yeah, turning back and seeing Conway on that boat, that was rough. But he's throwing himself into his work after throwing himself into some drinks. Yeah, I know that feeling. Sometimes you just want to do something simple, something consistent, and just have that be the only thing you do, because otherwise life is just too damn complicated. Yep. You got your accidents, the people you know, the people you care about. Sometimes you just want to leave and start over. Become indebted to some new people and try and clear your debts. Make sure you don't go sudden. Make sure you don't crash on the road. Yeah. It's a game about death. It's a game about life, remembering. Memories, graves, ghosts. And it's a good game. And I liked it. Yeah. But, yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I'm glad we got to hammer this out. And I hope to see people next week for Neo The World Ends With You and Ace Attorney, The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We are going to be having a bunch of fun with those big boys. But yeah, for now, thank you all for coming, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, and I hope to see you in my orbit sometime soon. Wink. That didn't work. Oh well.